What up? We are here just in time for Vicente Luque versus Joel Alvarez. Let me set a couple things up real quick. Yo, what up, Aries? Were you waiting on me, brother? Sorry to keep you guys waiting. Busy day, busy day. And, the first few fights weren't good, but I'm going to be real, I didn't time it right. I had to go to the store before I'm locked in all evening, but don't worry. We're going to do a post show. The fight is on now. But yeah, I'm going to be here for a minute now. We're going to go main card, wrap this up, 3 bangers. Then we're going to go post show. And if there's any other breaking news going on, we could watch that too. We can go over whatever happened today. I still got to edit a video to drop today, that BJ Penn video. I was editing that too. That's why I came home and I was like editing that video. And then as soon as this fight started, I just hopped off editing that to come on here and call this fight real quick. So yeah, Vicente working some leg kicks and shit like that. Let me just some behind the scenes action right here. Something like that should work. Alright, so yeah, we got Oliveira Gamrot tonight. Who you guys got? You think Vicente? Joel Alvarez got them hands, but Vicente is a decent gatekeeper. Vicente, we got 3 tiers of gatekeepers in the UFC welterweight division. I'd say Vicente may be on the lower tier. You got Vicente, you got Wonder Boy, you got Kevin Holland. Crazy though, like, I'm ranking Holland above a Wonder Boy gatekeeper, but Wonder Boy beat Kevin's ass. And Kevin acted like he chose not to take down Wonder Boy, but could Kevin have taken down Wonder Boy? Ask yourself that question. Yeah, Vicente looking good. He's working some leg kicks and shit. Check left hook. Oh, so timeout. Vicente just got an eye poke and he's reacting like he's like, fuck. Bro, that ain't no fucking eye poke. That was a left hook right in the eye. You should resume action right away. What are they saying? What's Bisping saying? Bro, Vicente just winced and shit like that. What the hell's going on here? Vicente winces and gets a timeout. Resume the gosh dang fight, bro. And this is what should have happened the other weekend. With, like, why can they use instant replay for an instance like this, but they can't use instant replay in the Neil Magny fight? You guys understand what I'm fucking saying here? Like, sometimes this sport is just retarded. We're gonna use instant replay for a fucking eye poke bullshit, which I think should happen. But why the fuck wouldn't you use instant replay for when the referee calls the wrong submission or makes the wrong call? You review the tape, you acknowledge the referee made the wrong call, and you resume the fight, right? Here's what they're doing now. Vicente, they're reviewing it's essentially reviewing the referee's mistake. that Vicente protested to the referee obliged, and now they're replaying it and saying, okay, resume action, but they gave this guy an extra minute after finding out it was all good. My biggest thing though, bro, why didn't they do this for Neil Magny last weekend? Tell me I'm tripping. Yo, what up, Scott? The gang's rolling in. The gang's rolling in. What up, boys? So let's see. Vicente just winced hard at a check left hook, faked an eye poke. Now Alvarez and him are cracking. Oh, Vicente lands a nice check left hook. They're just exchanging left hands. Oh, big overhand right from Vicente. Alvarez teeps up the middle. Ooh, Vamo Hey chance coming in. Pace is slowing down a little bit now between them. Vicente misses with the big left hook. Alvarez throws a flying knee. 2-3 from Alvarez lands. End of round one for the boys. End of round one. What up, Prime? What up, homie? We live for the fights. We live for the fights, boys. Welcome all. Welcome all. Also worth noting, day five of streaming in a row. We got 30 days we're trying to run here. So we'll see. I was considering the fact that it might be a little bit like there's going to be some days where we don't have news and I can't make a crazy thumbnail. So maybe we'll have to do like a topic day or something. Or I might have to get creative. I can't share all my ideas yet, but I got some cooking. I just got to make some news is what I'm hinting at. I'll give you a hint. So on the days where it's slow, I might have to create a couple headlines. Which we can do. We can definitely do that. Not a problem. Alright, round two about to begin. They dap up to start. Oh, so that's what's interesting. So they still brought a doctor in after the referee knew that Vicente got fouled, or it wasn't actually fouled. He still brought in a doctor. That's weird as fuck. Ooh, nasty spinning back kick from Alvarez to the head, and then he lands a flying knee. Left hook lands from Alvarez. Vicente trying to counter with an overhand right. Leg kick from Vicente lands. Jab from Joel. It's a close fight because nobody's really taken over. Nobody's really hurting the other guy. They're both able to take each other's shots. Nobody's backing the other guy up too much. Although I'll say that Joel's kind of controlling pace, but as I say that, Vicente fights for it back. As soon as Vicente fights for it back, Joel fights for it back. Oh yeah, we're going Joaquin Buckley repeat. Vicente just basically went for a takedown, then put himself in guard, and like, bro, Alvarez must have seen the Joaquin Buckley footage because he tried to mimic Joaquin's finish right now. Excuse me. Now Alvarez threatening like a Alvarez was threatening a choke, but Luque privy to it, rolls to his knees. Alvarez takes the back here, got a hook in. Ooh, nasty shots. Joel Alvarez doing Vicente like Buckley did him. Damn, he's landing too. Vicente going inverted on him. Going ass up on Alvarez. Damn, Vicente looks hurt though, for real. He's just rolling from his knees to his back. Yeah, dude, Vicente relapsed again in this fight. He's able to slow it down a little bit. But Alvarez raining down elbows from top. Vicente trying to recover a half guard. Alvarez doing an Alvarez in half guard, but then he with his free leg he pinned down Vicente's arm, which is raining down more shots. A version of like a crucifix, not as effective, but Vicente literally rolling from his stomach to his back constantly. Just taking punishment from his stomach and from his back. I guess not his stomach, but his knees. Big mistake by Vicente. Big mistake. Vicente's still on his knees just taking punishment right now. Just inverting and then going back to his knees. This is brutal, dude. This isn't even like a defense, really. Like, that's not even intelligently defending. Vicente's like gassed or something. He's not even trying anything. Like Aries says, damn, he need to try. Like Vicente's gassed. Couple minutes in. This sport's brutal, man. I'm just thinking, like, Vicente don't want to be in here, you know? I'm gonna keep it a buck based off what I'm seeing. Vicente don't even want to be in here, but he has to be in here because this is his fucking career. This guy's been in this game for like 10 plus fucking years. Don't got shit to his name. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. I mean that like, with a lot of sympathy. Like Vicente don't want to be in here, bro. Look at what he's doing right now. Like someone come save this guy, man. He's literally wincing. Now I know fighters they're not like me in a sense where like, they're willing to die in there. So I'm not speaking for Vicente, but Vicente may be a warrior. He may be willing to die on a shield. But that's just stubbornness. That's his own stubbornness. Like, so what? He doesn't want to truly be in there. He's tough enough to make a living doing this, but he doesn't really want to be in there. Two different things, right? You could show up, but do you really want to be in there? Poor Vicente, man. If I was Vicente's corner, I'm throwing in the towel. What the hell is wrong with him, LOL? He doesn't want to be in there, bro. I'm telling you. If I was Vicente's corner, I'm throwing in the towel. Damn, there's a hole. I already knew that was there. I just didn't think it would be visible. Alvarez trying to, like, dap him up again. Oh, so it's actually round 3. My bad. He didn't gas in 5 minutes. He's gassed in less than 10. But even Bisping's now saying what I'm saying. Like, Vicente don't want to be in there, bro. My pick for the main, Scott, I'm a rock with, dude, Charlie Olives. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Charlie Olives, bro, all fucking day. I would really love to see him versus Dan Hooker. You know, Charles Oliveira versus Dan Hooker. There's a few fights I want to see. I want to see Charles Oliveira versus Dan Hooker. I want to see O'Malley versus Sandhagen. I want to see John Jones versus Pereira. You know, it sucks that John was dumb and fucking relinquished the title. You know, that's some bullshit because it just could have added more to it. Now that fight with Pereira doesn't have as much steam on it because he doesn't have a belt. You know, and Pereira's moving up to heavyweight. It would be cool if John could come down to 205 and challenge him there. But Pereira wants to go up to heavyweight, you know? So, yeah, round 1 and 2, they got to go to... I mean, 1 was close. I think it goes to Alvarez still. Especially with that egregious fucking bullshit that Vicente did. And then round 2, definitely like 10-8. 10-8. 10-8 Joel Alvarez. Oliveira by sub round 3. Yeah, that's a viable option right there. If you think sub round 3, would you still take the under 2.5, Snyder? So what's his name's back down now? Vicente back down, rolling from his back to his stomach. Actually, he's on a single leg here. But Alvarez is privy to it. Ain't nothing happening. What's wrong with his corner? Well, he's got Henry Hooft in his corner. Henry Hooft didn't know he was broke, but he's been taking money from Derek Moneyberg, so we all know what that means. Remember what I was just saying about Vicente Luque, right? Fighting for money, not out of passion, right, and wanting to be a champion anymore. Vicente Luque also went on Derek Moneyberg podcast. I didn't know Killcliff was broke like that, dude. But it makes sense because Henry Hooft has sold that gym name like 3 times. Sanford, Killcliff, like Black Zillions. Alvarez on top of Vicente here with the triangle. He's got like a top triangle. Vicente's stuck. Vicente, hopefully he's not out. Vicente just stuck in a triangle. It's a weird ass look. Just imagine Alvarez's balls and gooch on the back of Vicente's head right now, and he's got a triangle locked in, like, you know, around Vicente's neck and arm. Joel Alvarez sitting his balls and gooch right on the back of Vicente's head as we speak, with the triangle locked in. Fucking stand the shit up, ref, or separate them. We're done seeing this. Ref just standing there like, oh, let's see what's gonna happen. Damn, Aries got Gamrot by TKO. Fuck no, Aries. Aries, if you're betting, I'm gonna tell you right now to not make that bet. Especially TKO, dude. I mean, Gamrot's got a better chance of winning a decision. You're falling for that propaganda. I don't know if you're trolling me, Aries, but if you're not trolling me, you're falling for that propaganda, bro. It doesn't matter that Charles is coming back within a few months. Gamrot doesn't knock people out. Sugar Sean should fight Song next. I've been hearing about that. And it looks like that could happen because Sean probably wants to return sooner than later. And Sandhagen probably going to be out for a little minute. So, if O'Malley wants to run it with Song Yadong, which I think is a winnable fight for Sean, I would hope that he calls for a Sandhagen fight after that. 10-8. 10-8 rounds back to back. Terrible fight. I don't think the Brazilians really accept Vicente. Vicente and him going to probably say a prayer now, so all praise to God. Shout out to Jesus. Of course, Alvarez is winning. His runs the name of Alvarez in it. Eddie Alvarez, ETC. Shout out the Underground King, Eddie Alvarez. I'm telling y'all, Gamrot fire, bro. Gamrot's good. I mean, he got a win over Arman, and Charles lost to Arman. But how about Gamrot's performance against Dan Hooker? What do we got to say about that? What do you think, Scott? Or no, who's saying that? Aries. Aries, what do you think about Gamrot's performance against Dan Hooker? Genuine question. I like Charles, but Gamrot been flying under the radar too long. Gamrot beat the crap out of, what's his name, didn't he? Beneil Dariush? Or was it the other way around? Right. 30-26 is crazy. Vicente was like praying and shit like that. I don't know what his deal is. Not that it's bad, but it's just like I thought he was praying thinking he won. He beat Jalen Turner too. He did beat Jalen, but Jalen knocked his ass dead. Or no, sorry. Yeah, Jalen did knock his ass dead, right? And then just didn't follow up or something. All right, boys. I think you're just gonna have to bear with me a little bit here. I got so much shit I gotta do. It's like leaking into this stream, but it is what it is. I'm just gonna share my window with you, and you can just see it. Like I don't even care. You guys can see what I'm up to. Damn, it doesn't show my editing window? That's weird. It's not time for Charles. There's one more fight, right? There's Figgy versus, what's his name? We got Figgy versus that dude up next, Montel Jackson. Paulo in the building here. I think that's got to be what it is. I'm gonna mute myself because there's no need for me to talk while you're listening to this fucking editing taking place. Actually, no. I'll just mute. so you don't have to hear. I'm actually going to take this off. This is stupid. Give me a second here. Yeah, just ask questions or whatever you want to do. I'll read the chat, but I'm editing something at the moment. So if I'm quiet, just bear with me. But I got the, I got the stream up, and when the next fight comes on, I'm gonna call it. You guys got Montel Jackson or you got Figgy? What do you guys think? Is BJ just high as fuck? Ironary says he's rocking with Montel. Yeah, it's I hate matchups like this because if Montel wins, he doesn't get the credit. Everybody's gonna say, including myself, I'm gonna say, yeah, but you wouldn't have beat a prime Figgy. You know, like this, or at least you didn't beat prime Figgy. You beat 37-year-old Figgy. So it's like these wins, maybe they do a lot for the athlete, but you know, you gotta take these wins with a grain of salt. Matchups are everything. Figgy got the streak in his hair. I'm just wrapping up editing this now. Shout out BJ Penn, bro. He's about to get 5150'd. Hey, what's the term? Anybody listening right now? I'm just curious. You guys call it in California? I looked it up. I guess it's specific to California. If you are like crazy and on drugs and shit like that, and you're not fit to be in public, and the cops arrest you and put you in a psych ward, that's called 5150'd. What do they call it, like, where you're from? Is that, like, that's like the penal code over here. I'm just curious, like, is it 5150 everywhere? Or is that just a California slang? You know what I'm saying, right? If anyone knows. Okay. Alright, so, since you guys are watching this, and I'm editing it, I'm gonna just plug it and say, if this pops up on your timeline, watch it and like it for your boy. For your boy. BJ Penn. What should the title be? We call it the Nut House Hell. Yeah, he's going to the... There's like the book. The bird flew over the cuckoo's nest. BJ Penn could be... I really want it to be this. Could... What did I title the stream last night? This is important. I can't be running the same titles. Okay, so I did title it that. I'm going to just say BJ Penn ordered to take mental health exam. Before start of to see if fit to proceed in legal case. Hopefully that's 100 characters. Okay, so fight's on, fight's on. My bad, boys. We're 10 seconds in. We're transitioning to the fight now. It's a win for Figgy. As far as like Montel Jackson being a quick knockout artist, he made it through almost 30 seconds so far. Ooh, Montel lands a nice left hand. Overhand left. Body kick from Figgy lands. And I will put the stream on I'm gonna start watching it off my desktop here in a second. I just don't want there to be too much lag running like a bunch of applications at the same time. So once this video is done downloading, I'll leave Adobe and then watch from my desktop. Figgy got Montel Jackson down now, and Montel is just kind of like flat on his back. Ooh, he closed his guard. It's not a good look. That ain't Corey Sandhagen-esque, you know? After last weekend, the bantamweights, no bantamweight should be just chilling on his back after seeing Corey's somewhat inspirational, just display of heart in there. He didn't perform necessarily. I mean, he did perform. It was a good performance, despite the loss. Figgy threatening a guillotine, but doesn't have much. He lets go. Okay, video exported. Shout out to all the boys watching. We're about to get more locked in on the stream right now, so thanks for bearing with me. It's almost over. Although it hasn't been too bad, has it? It hasn't been too difficult to follow. I'll just quiet for a few minutes. Okay. I feel bad not like paying so much attention because this is the co-main. But it's like, dude. They're back on their feet, striking range. Okay, yo, shout out my Brazilian brothers. Shout out my Brazilian brothers in the chat. Welcome, welcome. We love you. Everybody welcome my Brazilian brothers in the chat, please. As long as it was not hating on me. Cause I can't read that, but I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt. Okay. For the record, side note, I hate running into people that I know personally from like high school and shit like that in public when it's been so long. I mean, I had a cool interaction today. It was all good, but I low-key like hate that shit. You guys hate that shit too or what? Let me see here. UFC news. Hawaii News. Lorraine Shin, his mom's name. Yeah, something like that should be fine. Filmed yesterday. Oh, Figgy just gets Montel Jackson down quick to start round 2. Not only 10 seconds in and Montel was on his back. Grappling's coming back. A lot of people been underestimating grappling, thinking, oh, nah, it ain't what it used to be. I mean, ill-advised, brother, ill-advised. The best fighters in the game have a respectable grappling game. That's why I said earlier, are we really supposed to believe that Kevin Holland just chose not to take down Stephen Thompson? Like Stephen Thompson doesn't have the ability to defend a Kevin Holland fucking takedown attempt? Like, please. Kevin Holland ain't no Tyron Woodley. You know? What are we talking about? Are you fucking kidding me right now? I say that to say, you cannot ignore the grappling game. Even if you're a striker, you cannot be one of the best strikers in the game without a good grappling game. Unless you got that equalizer like Pereira. When is it, bro? Coming up next. We're in round 2 of the co-main. I believe Figgy's winning it. I mean, it's pretty obvious. And, yeah. Charlie Olive's coming up next. That was aggressive deleting on my behalf. Okay. If Jamal Hill used grappling, he would have had the belt. Yeah, and if Khalil Roundtree had grappling, he would have beat Yuri Prohaska. Tell me I'm wrong. If Khalil Roundtree had the ability to not get his ass beat on the feet, right, in round 3, and slow down that fight, he would have beat Prohaska on the scorecards. Ignoring grappling is literally, I don't want to be rude, and I'm not going to be rude. I'm just going to say it's ill-advised. But you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it if I'm rude. It's retarded, bro. It's fucking retarded. It's fucking retarded. It's not only ill-advised, it's dumb as fuck. Come on now. What's the superior mixed martial art if you only need to know one? You better know how to fucking grapple. Quickest, most efficient way to end a fight is grappling. It gets to a point where it's hard to knock a dude out. I'm trying to pull up pulling up the Figgy stream on the desktop now. On God. Thank you, Aries. Thank you. Yeah, it's fucking retarded. I couldn't keep it nice, dude. I don't even feel right, you know what I'm saying? Like biting my tongue like that. Like, nah, it's not just ill-advised, dude. It's really not. It's much worse than that. My phone stream was low-key kind of behind. Because round 3 already started on my desktop. We're a minute into round 3. Bisping saying Jackson may need a finish here. You know the deal. The reason why Montel Jackson gets knockouts too is because he's a counterpuncher and his opponents don't see it coming. But Montel Jackson is having a hard time leading this fight, right? He having a hard time leading this fight right now. There's so much, man. Like, and I ain't even an MMA fighter, but I just love watching this game. And I've studied a lot of the greats, you know, because out of admiration. And it's like, I just don't see it, you know, in a lot of these athletes. Even a guy like Montel Jackson, who's getting this opportunity. Like, show off, you know, if you can. But you don't make me fucking hate, you know? Show off if you can. Like, why can't you? Like, honestly, it's getting to a point, especially if you were in last night's stream or if you've watched it. Like, bro, get Dylan Dennis in this bitch. Like, shit, man. Like, I'm just tired. Sick and tired of some of this stuff. These guys are broke. They don't got crazy skill sets. I mean, it's not elite competition that we're watching. If you think that this is an elite fight right here, I don't know what to tell you. Montel Jackson isn't elite at anything. Clearly, if he was elite on the feet, it would be a different fight. He's good on the feet, but like, too little too late, bro. Anyone want to stick up for these guys? Tell me I'm tripping. Feel free. And here's the thing. Jamal Hill's gym is a BJJ heavy gym. Yeah, I know. And that's another bad thing, bro. That's always a red flag, you know? Training out of a jiu-jitsu gym. Although Max Holloway does that. Gracie Technics. But still, he leads his own camp. Montel takes down Figgy. And immediately Figgy gets up. I'd honestly like, this is the co-main. This is the co-main. And you're going to tell me that that I shouldn't make my own thumbnail right now instead? You're going to tell me I shouldn't make my own fucking thumbnail right now? Shout out everybody watching. Shout out all the boys in the chat. We got Charles Oliveira versus Mateusz Gamrot up next. Montel pissing me off, man. Like, dude, you fight rank 6. Go change your life, bro. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is like the bar is set so low for fighters in the UFC today. I'm just like so sick of it. Everybody else gets held to a higher standard. The media honestly gets held to a higher standard than these fighters. I feel like I'm held to a higher standard than these fighters. Right? Imagine if I was just mediocre as fuck like this. Right? Imagine if I came on stream, if I did whatever I put my time into, right? I gave you these stories, mediocre as fuck. What if I never tried to innovate anything, never tried to stand out? You guys understand? Like, where is one of these fighters coming along saying, you guys aren't doing it right. Let me show you how to do it. Let me tell you the best one doing it right now, who's you know, I love to learn from, I love to watch. You got to study him. Merab. And he may not even be great at anything, right? He's not the greatest wrestler. He's not the greatest boxer. But the training that he's putting in can't be matched. Nobody can match Merab's training. Nobody can match Merab's pace. At the moment, nobody can beat him. He's dominating everyone. That's fun to watch. That's pushing the sport forward. You know, that's Floyd Mayweather-esque. I'm going to say this, and I mean it. Merab Dvalishvili is the UFC's Floyd Mayweather. You know, I know that John Jones is also the UFC's Floyd Mayweather, but as far as active fighters go right now, Merab is the UFC's Floyd Mayweather. Floyd would go out on those runs, right? Be filming himself doing non-stop work. Non-stop work. One thing for sure, when the fight comes, there's no way his opponent worked harder than him, ran more miles than him, spent more time in the gym than him. These guys aren't working hard enough. Or they're not caring. They just think that, like, I'm going into a tangent that I've already said before, but I'm pissed off right now a little bit. It's like, fighting is such a selfish endeavor for some of these guys. They could give a fuck about you as the fan, about the UFC. It's all about them and them facing their fears and conquering their inner demons. I'm gonna hold back because I feel bad, bro. I just feel fucking bad, but it's like, bro, you guys gotta fucking propel the sport. Look at Montel halfway holding up his hand. That's how you perform, though. Montel never gets up for anything. I mean, it's fine, dude. It's fine, but like, shit, man. It can't just be me. It can't just be me. Congrats to Davison Figueiredo. You know, that's more impressive, right? I said that even if Montel beats Davison, we're going to say you beat a 37-year-old Davison. So yeah, Davison just beat a rising contender who we thought, but Montel didn't show shit. I feel bad for Montel going in like this, dude. I honestly do. Like, it. So conflicting, man. Congratulations to Davison. It's probably the first and last big opportunity Montel is getting. He got to go in 3 more fights. You know what I'm saying? On some bullshit ass, not regional scene. He can still be in the UFC, but he got to win 3 bullshit ass fights against like debutants and shit. He just sitting there buffering, like, do something. I'm seeing Figgy leg, why he ain't leg kicking. Yeah. Too little too late for Montel. He did decent in the last round. I'll give him that much. See, even Figgy saying right here, like, this is what it is. We pour our heart for you guys, for your entertainment, our blood. And it's like, dude, that's such a cop-out. I'm so sick of hearing it. You guys are in there for yourself. It's not for us. You're not fighting for us, dude. You're not. This performances are showing it. Maybe Figgy is, because Figgy is responding to the people who are hating on him, right? But it's like, Montel, I'm not going to put words in Montel's mouth, but you hear fighters responding this way when they get shit-talked on them for performing bad. Quit acting like you're doing me a favor. You're not. You're not doing me a favor. Right? Like, you're not at all. Like, you're saying you pour your sweat, your blood for us. No, that's why I just got done saying MMA is so selfish. You guys, we don't feel like you're doing that for us. You just say that shit. You just say that shit. We don't feel like you're doing that for us. And I'm not speaking to you, Figgy. I'm speaking to guys like Montel and shit like that. You could never say that, Montel. Never tell us that you're pouring out your heart and soul, you know what I mean? And that just completely wipes you of criticism. Because that's really what they say, you know? Don't criticize me because I'm putting myself in this vulnerable position. No, you want all the people to watch you. You want the glory. But with the glory comes the fall. I don't know who these guys are that they're showing on the screen right now. Caca? That's what we call poop in Hawaii. I don't feel bad for Montel. Like, dude, just watching Figgy move. Like, man, if I'm watching this on live TV, I know Montel's seeing the same shit. I'd be questioning some of these fighters' IQ. MMA is so far behind, and then you got. I mean, it just shows because you got. I mean, you're always gonna have guys like Eric Nixon coaching, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. It's main event time, boys. Main event time. We got the main event coming up now. Thank the Lord, Oliveira never gives us bullshit ass fights, and if he did back in the day, he at least let himself get finished. That's a story for another day, but you know the deal. Who we got, boys? Let me put up a poll real quick. Sorry for going off like that. I'm not so sorry about it, but you know what it is. You know what it is with me, bro. I'm always gonna fucking demand greatness out of these guys. Like that's what you don't get to play both sides. You don't get to play both sides. You just don't. You want to talk about being great, then you got to go out there and be great. Don't make me fucking bite my tongue and shit because it doesn't feel right. Um, Oliveira or Gamrot. We all know who Aries is rocking with. We all fucking know who Aries is rocking with, right? Was it Aries? Yeah, it was Aries. Aries rocking with Gamrot. No diss, no diss. Because if Gamrot wins, I'm gonna look dumb. But I think a lot of people are rocking with Olives. Soda Pop. I don't see Soda Pop in the chat, but I know Soda Pop is rocking with Gamrot. I can almost guarantee that. Okay, I'm just finishing up with my thumbnail here. But yeah, vote up that poll. Gamrot's walking out now. Yo, bro, can you show the screen? I'm sorry, I can't, boys. I can't. It's free. It's free. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. I can't show the fight, boys, but I'm gonna call it for you. I'm gonna call it for you. You guys don't have ESPN Plus? Okay, we got the Charlie Olives walkout right now. Charlie Olive's walking out. King Du Bronx, Charles Oliveira. We love him. We love you, Du Bronx. Don't even bring up retirement, by the way. It ain't on his mind. It ain't even on his mind. Could be his last time in Rio or in Brazil. I'll give you that much. Alright, boys. My BJ Penn video just went live. Oh, it feels so good to have that crossed off my fucking to-do list. We got Charlie Olives entering the octagon now. Charlie Olive's entering the octagon now. Does he dap up? Does he oh, wait. Did he do the dap up on Gamrot's corner? I'm sure he did. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna change my shirt real quick. All right, fights on, fights on. Yeah, everybody go tap in on the free streams and shit like that. Although a lot of them been shut down. Okay, we got the fight on right now. Oliveira versus Gamrot. Oliveira looks nice and calm. Fights on. Double jab. Right hand from Charles. Gamrot's catching Charles a little bit though, but Charles is pressing. Gamrot in on a takedown. And Charles goes down. Charles threatening with the guillotine. Charles was saying something to the ref. Oh shit, Charles already working triangle. Working looks like he's going omoplata. Charles so good at nogi, it's crazy. Charles threatening heel hook now. Charles got Gamrot's arm and heel trapped. Gamrot defending Charles's right leg for the life of him because that triangle would be so tight. That'd be the tightest triangle Gamrot ever got into. Alright, boys, let's stand this up or something, or I don't know. I guess we can keep going here. But it's a bit of a stalemate. I'd like to see Charles work up to his feet here. I think he's about to. Yeah, he's about to. There we go. Charles works up to his feet. Falls into side control of Gamrot. I think he's saying he's holding his gloves. Charles is protesting that Gamrot's holding his gloves. Damn. Charles got the back now. No body triangle locked in yet, though. Okay, body triangle in. Gamrot working up to his feet. Gamrot got a little bit of blood coming from the forehead. Gamrot hasn't been able to do much because Oliveira's just been grappling the fuck out of him. Ten seconds left in the round, about to end. 10-9 Charles Oliveira. Easy 10-9. Easy 10-9 for Oliveira. 64% also say Oliveira gonna win this. We can end this poll now. What do you guys score it? We got to fight, boys. Round 2. We've got to fight. That's all I can say. Start of round 2. Yeah, Gamrot don't have hands like Ilya, dude. Charles pressing. Gamrot just threw probably one of his cleaner combos, and he did barely land it at all. Gamrot trying to throw multiple punches, but he just intentionally doesn't land the first few. Oh shit. Gamrot throwing though. If Gamrot keeps throwing like that, he could hurt Charles. Yeah, see? But Gamrot running around the cage like he did with Dan Hooker. Nice left hook by Charles. Now this is that thing where although Gamrot is landing pretty decently, people just think that Oliveira is going to be winning this because he's pressing him forward and Gamrot's backing up and tripping and shit. Gamrot's doing a little bit better than people are going to make it out to be. See right there? You see how Gamrot's landing. You see Gamrot's landing that combo over and over again. Ooh, nice uppercut to the body by Gamrot. Oliveira takes down Gamrot here. Transitions to the back of Gamrot. Gamrot on his knees. Ooh, Oliveira threatening with the choke. It's not even under the chin. 2 minutes 20 left in round 2. I don't know. Gamrot's reacting a little bit. Yeah, a little bit like it's tough. Gamrot taps. Over the chin. I think it was Scott. That under 2.5 would have been hitting nice. Sub under 2.5. Congrats to Charles Oliveira. Congrats to Charles Oliveira, everybody. Congrats to Charles Oliveira. Congrats to Charles. Second round rear naked choke finish. Yeah, bro, Charles needs that rematch versus Ilya. Aries, damn. Aries. I don't, like, if I don't know a fight, and I will be wrong even if I think I know it. I'm not saying I'm never wrong even when I think I know it, but I'm saying this one, I was confident, dude. Ain't no way Gamrot beating fucking Charles Oliveira. Congrats, Charlie Olives, man. Really good. Really good squeeze. Didn't even have that top hand behind the back. Gamrot could have, in theory, pulled down that hand. Gamrot didn't even pull down the hand. You guys see that? Charles should have... It would have been better if Charles hit the hand behind the head. Charles was just on top, and he still got that squeeze. That's crazy. Oh, because he goes like this or something like that. Or maybe it has to do... Yeah, that's a crazy squeeze, though. I've seen Nicky Rod, he talks about it. Like, if you lock it up like this and, like, you protrude your shoulders and then you bring them back and suck it in, like, it really locks it in for those interested in the technique there. Going over the chin, that's what I'm saying. Over the chin, you know, you need an extra squeeze than just, like, a crazy technique by Charles there. Let's go. Welcome in, Hawk. Welcome in, Hawk. Charles did look good. Yeah, he did look good, Aries. Forgot what I was going to say, but styles make fights. I don't think Charles fought his best in the first fight against Ilya. The thing is Charles, you know, he's a great fighter, but it's not a skill issue with Charles. It's a mental issue. It's a mental issue. Charles could have done... I'm of the belief, I've never even really said this publicly. It's just like my belief. I think Charles could have done a lot better against Islam. You know, it's just some guys... I mean, look at Charles versus Max Holloway. Max Holloway... Charles gets broken mentally by some fighters, you know, and he goes in there knowing he lost, whether he wants to admit that or not. And that's what happened against Ilya. If he runs it back with Ilya, it's going to be tough for him again, you know. Too bad Max is going to destroy him, though. Let's go, Hawk. Let's go. You know Max is our boy. But honestly, that's one of those where I don't wish bad upon any man. Andrew, what up, Andrew? Andrew Hawk joining the chat right now. Let's go, boys. Want to see Charles versus Max now. What y'all think about what Pantoja said about Charles moving to 170? They just announced Charles. I mean, Charles moving to 170. He started as a featherweight if he wants to go up to 170, but if he doesn't have the frame, then he can stay at 155. I didn't think he looked too bad or drained or anything. Shout out to Gamrot for taking the fight, though, right? Much respect to these guys. Much respect. Hopefully Gamrot got a little pay bump, too, for accepting the fight. Second round submission. Ilya got scary power in his hands. No doubt. No doubt. No doubt. When I say Charles has a mental lapse with some fighters, look at the same thing. It happened all the same way. Islam, Ilya, and Max, all super quick finishes, right? Ilya and Charles, I think, were first round, right? First round. Ilya and Islam, first round. I'm forgetting, but... he gets himself out of there quickly. He could last longer, but he doesn't want to be in there with those guys sometimes, I think, after all the buildup. Smash like button for the homie. Let's go, Andrew. Everybody like the video. Everybody subscribe if you haven't already. You already know the deal. The whole community is in here right now. We got Hawk, Andrew, Scott, Aries, my boy Jack in the building. There's more. There's more. We got Prime in the building. So shout out to all the boys. All the boys are in here tonight. All we're missing is Soda Pop, bro. Where the fuck is Soda Pop at? If Soda Pop's in here, make yourself be known, brother. I love Charles. They said he walks around 195. The DuBronxes. All the DuBronxers are in the building right now. Charles thanked Hunter Campbell for the opportunity, told him he loves him, and he wants his family in here. Get his family in here. Ooh, what does Charles want next, bro? The world is his oyster. Saw Charles win, now I gotta see Ilya lose. High level chess match. Charles completely ignored Bisping's question, by the way. Oh shit, he called out Max Holloway. Let's go. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We want that smoke. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Oh, he's shouting out the favela. Hold up. Shout out, hey, shout out the favela, boys. Shout out the favela. We got the Brazilian fucking from the hood, and we got the Hawaiian from the hood. And yes, we are running it. We are ready to go. Hold on. We will see you in the middle of the octagon to find out who the true BMF is, Charles Oliveira. Yeah, this is the point down flag. Check it out. Check it out. All I'm missing is the BMF belt. All I'm missing is the BMF belt. We're ready. We're ready, bro. I'm about to phone Max right now. I'm just kidding. I don't have his number. But Max probably got word of the call out. Let's see his tweet. He's gonna tweet something. He's gonna make a video. Brendan Allen versus DeRitter coming up. Aspinall versus Gone, October 25th. Oh shit! Hell yeah! We got a pay-per-view. 2 of them this month. Let's go. We got a week or next week. Damn! Hell yeah! 2 pay-per-views this month. Next week, we got DeRitter Allen, Garcia versus Onama. That's not too bad, November 1st. It's aight, though. And then Bonfim versus Brown. What do you guys think? Yeah, bro, I'm Hawaiian, homeboy. I'm Hawaiian. My mom and my brother both live there right now. That's where they're from. I was born here in California. But you know you got to support the Hawaiians anyway. I feel like that's why I'm such a big UFC fan, because when I was like growing up when I was young, look, that's Yancey right there. Yancey was repping in the UFC at the time. BJ was just getting out. I watched BJ versus like Nick Diaz when I was younger. Came up on all the BJ highlights. Made me fucking fuck with UFC heavy. Hope Gone wins so Alex can become double champ. Oh, because you don't think Alex can beat Aspinall? I see what you did there, Hawk. I see what you did. Bro, I'm definitely looking forward to Gone versus Aspinall. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one too. I think that if you write off Gone, you're crazy. I think it's closer to a 50-50 fight than a lot of people want to make it out to be. And if Aspinall does make quick work of Gone, then that's certification right there. Like certification to the max. We need that heavyweight title fight. Let's go. We need it. We're waiting on it. Honestly, I'd like to see John Jones get a crack at that light heavyweight title before UFC White House. Sorry, not the light heavyweight title. The heavyweight title before UFC White House. Aspinall's so young. He's been so inactive. I want Aspinall to fight next week. And then I want him to fight one more time in between then and UFC White House. I want Aspinall to have 3 fights under his belt between now and June 14th of next year. I want Aspinall to have 3 fights under his belt, and that's doable, bro. That's doable. Zito, who won? Charles Oliveira, 2nd round rear naked choke. Alex doesn't beat Tom. Okay, Hawk, okay. Triple, my bad. Yeah, hey, put some respect now. Put some respect. Triple champ. 3 division champ. 3 division champ. Pereira's a 3-time UFC champion, 2 division champion. He could potentially become a 4-time UFC champion, 3 division champion. Crazy. Who won? Charles or Gamrot? Zito. Charles won. 2nd round rear naked choke. UFC really needs to get behind Aspinall at this point. Yeah, they do. I mean, bro, I said it last night. I'll say it again here. This is how you make a star. Give Aspinall $2 million. If Aspinall isn't living like a wealthy motherfucker, I mean, this is why he's making YouTube videos, right? This is why Aspinall is making YouTube videos. You think Aspinall would be making YouTube videos if he had money like that? Give Aspinall $1 million, $2-3 million. Let him become a star. Let him go fuck off that money and make a bunch of headlines. You know? Let him invest in his training so people can see it. Do training that people can't fathom. Look how much Ilya went viral for his crazy setup. You know? Money makes you a star. So yeah, Scott, the UFC does need to start pushing Aspinall to become a star at this point. Give him fucking money so he can become a star. You can't just make videos and like, you know, reposts and prop him up here and prop him up there. He has to become a star. It can't be made. Kind of rather see Gone versus Alex. Shit, I'm all about the best versus the best. So I'm about Alex fighting either the winner of Gone versus Aspinall, don't care who, or Alex versus John Jones. Alex beats Tom, he's different. Bane. Welcome in, Bane. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't count out Alex against Tom. Tom could get knocked out by Alex. Anybody could get knocked out by Alex. You guys saw that right hand? That ain't no joke. He's my GOAT. He just doesn't beat the mini P.E.K.K.A that is Aspinall. So, Pereira's Hawks GOAT, right? Yeah, Pereira's Hawks GOAT. But he doesn't beat Aspinall. He could. I'm not saying, you know, he'd probably be a favorite going into it or anything. I'm just saying he could. But anybody could win any fight. But, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, come on. Pereira, 2-division champion, 3-time UFC champion. He could beat Aspinall. Aspinall has like 4 or 5 kids, bro. A lot of mouths to feed. Bro. Where does Pereira come from? Everybody remind Scott real quick where Alex comes from. I know Aspinall got mouths to feed now. But it's nothing like, you know, Pereira don't got money he got to make either. He doesn't want to go back to the tire shop. Or the favelas. Gone wins belt. Then Alex versus Gone. Then Alex wins. Then Alex versus John Jones. Then then Jones wins. Then now it's Tom versus John. I love that, Aries. I love that. Facts. Alex has power in both hands for sure. He does. Tire shop. Yeah, Aspinall, but that's the buildup, right? Aspinall got 4 or 5 kids, and one of his kids has Down syndrome. You know, so that's a lot of motivation. And then Alex, he doesn't want to go back to the tire shop. He's from the favelas. He's got 2 kids on his own. Single father. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Alex versus Tom. Alex versus Gone. Alex versus John. How the fuck do all those rhyme? John, Gone, and Tom. Okay, so I think... Let me put this flag down. We need Alex versus Tom simply to see if we can get a 3-division champ. Yeah, I know. Honestly, Alex versus winner of that one takes a little bit of precedent for me. I really want to see that. I haven't taken... Or like, either Alex needs to run it, right? This is my thing. Either Alex needs to run it against the winner of of Tom versus Gone, or John needs to run it against the winner of Gone versus Tom, and then the winner, right, fights Alex, if that makes sense to you. Or if Alex takes the belt off the winner of Gon Tom, then John fights Alex. You see what I'm saying? That's what I would say. But I think, like, if John fights Tom, loses to Tom, then, like, fuck the John Jones versus Alex fight. We want Alex versus Tom. Haven't taken my Alex shirt off since he won. I should probably shower. Nah, bro. One more week. You'll be fine. All that Shama is still fucking rubbing off. It's a lot of Shama power right there. Okay. Yeah, they're criticizing Jackson on the broadcast as we speak, and I'm about to start criticizing him too. Okay. We're about to start the post-show, boys, so shout out everybody who's been staying locked in on the stream. Post-show starting now. Maybe we'll get the press conference going too. But first off, we got to recap this main card. So to make it official, hold on, let me change my Hold up. Okay, that looks a little bit better, right? We'll go like this. Okay. So, UFC Rio post-show. Charles Oliveira submits Mateusz Gamrot. Round 2. Rear naked choke. Dominant performance. Start to finish. Gamrot really wasn't in the fight. He was on the back foot. He was defending the entire time. Shout out to him for taking the fight on short notice. But most importantly, congrats to Oliveira for also taking the fight on short notice and winning it in dominant fashion, making a statement against a rising contender, right? Gamrot, a lot of people high on Gamrot now. Although he's literally coming off of one win over Ludovic Klein, and I hear people weren't too happy on that one. People weren't too happy about the Ludovic Klein win. Unanimous decision, but they're like, you should have finished him. I heard that narrative. Then he's coming off a split decision loss to Dan Hooker. So I wasn't sure about all the confidence on Gamrot's behalf going into this, like Charles was some easy lick by any means. And Charles just proved it. Charles called out Max Holloway for the BMF title after his win, and I'm all for it. I believe Charles versus Max Holloway for the BMF belt is the perfect fight for both men. The lightweight title picture is getting worked out right now. There's a lot of it's jammed up. There's a backlog, right? Ilia Topuria is the champion. You got Gaethje and Patty both politicking for that spot now. You got Dan Hooker and Arman, the unofficial number one contender fight. And then you got Max Holloway, BMF champ. Charles Oliveira, former champion. 2 fights removed from the title fight. I believe that puts the winner of the BMF title fight between Charles and Max instantly gets put into title contention as well. Or, you know, a title eliminator, right? Another number one contender fight. I'm all for that. So anytime, any place. I think Max Holloway healing up a hand injury, and it's already towards the end of this year. So sometime early 2026, like first quarter 2026, they'll probably run it. No later than April. Supposedly Gaethje's getting the title. I don't fucking buy that for a second. I don't buy that for a second. Gaethje's getting the title shot because Arman revealed that Gaethje turned him down for UFC Qatar. So how is UFC going to offer Gaethje a fight at UFC Qatar? Gaethje turns it down, and then they say, okay, fine, you get the title shot. I'm just having a hard time buying it. I'm going to read some of these comments in a second. Let me just wrap up this main card, and we'll go into the comments. Davison Figueiredo versus Montel Jackson. I'll say congrats to Davison. Hell of a performance on your behalf. Look, plus 265 underdog going into it. 37 years old. You were getting set up here, right? They were trying to push this Montel Jackson guy. Not this Montel Jackson guy, but they were trying to push him. He's riding a 4-6 fight win streak, and they finally thought it was time to push him. Well, I guess not. He got to go win another 6 fights because he barely showed up, barely fucking had any output, barely performed. I mean, honestly, it showed that he wasn't deserving of fighting a former champion in Davison Figueiredo. You're coming off of 6 wins in a row, and that's what you're showing. That's your showcase fight right there. Nobody watched your first 6 fights, bro. In the grand scheme of things, here you are in the co-main event, and you can barely fucking put out anything, any output. You should have made this fight way tougher on Davison than you did. Split decision, because you did come back in the third and start to make it more even, but it's too little too late, bro. Too little too late. I don't know what the fuck was going through your mind. And frankly, I don't care. Frankly, I don't even care what was going through your mind. These fighters aren't performing for us fans, so never let them fool you and tell you that to absolve them of criticism. They're not performing for you. If they were, you would be more satisfied. Montel Jackson isn't performing for you. Davison Figueiredo used to perform for the fans. Now he's just old and he doesn't have it in him anymore, but he still got that dub because he's good. Montel Jackson, go back to the drawing board, bro. I'm just so disappointed. I'm so disappointed. Minus 330 favorite. The disappointment comes out of the excitement for the potential I thought you had, which I now realize you don't really have. Because not only did you not beat a 37-year-old Davison Figueiredo, I believe you do possess the skills to beat him. You didn't show up. Maybe the moment got to you. But listen, man, this is your job, right? Like imagine me, right? Imagine me getting an interview with a champion fighter, right? A champion fighter, and me not showing up for my biggest fucking interview yet, right? Let's say I'm about to get Dracus Duplessis on. Is it a good enough excuse to say, oh yeah, I didn't show up because I was excited, right? Or I was like nervous? Like, come on, man. You're supposed to show up for this shit if you're really built for this, if you really want to be the best. You should be ready for these opportunities 3 fights ago. You should be chomping at the bit to get a guy like Davison Figueiredo. This was Mario Bautista versus Jose Aldo-esque. Not as bad, because at least Figgy won that shit. But close, man. Joel Alvarez versus Vicente Luque. Vicente Luque had a mental lapse again. Same thing that happened in the Joaquin Buckley fight happened in this one. He shot him for a takedown. Once he got a sniff of takedown defense, he pulled guard. Joel Alvarez beat him up. Beat him up bad. That's in the second round. Round 3 comes along, same thing. Same fucking thing. Vicente gets beat up the entire round on his knees and from his back. The entire round. The first round was a bit closer, back and forth. Nobody was really taking the fight, right, as far as the momentum goes. Until Joel Alvarez landed a nasty left hook. Vicente calls eye poke. Turns out it was a fake eye poke. Clean shot to Vicente's eye. The referee finds out that it was a clean shot and the fight should continue. However, the referee has a mental lapse, still calls in the doctor to give Vicente the green light to fight off of something that happened legally. Like, what the fuck are we doing? You don't call in a doctor if a punch hurts your eye. You get TKO'd or something like that. So, I mean, it should have probably been a TKO for Joel Alvarez if you're going to stop it like that off of a punch. But anyway, fight resumed in round 1, and it was still pretty much even till the end. They're both exchanging big shots. But like I said, round 2, round 3, essentially 2 10-8 rounds for Joel Alvarez. I believe he won like 30-26, 30-26. So, at least 2 30-26 scorecards. Mario Pinto, Jonta Diaz. Good stuff from Pinto. Second round TKO. Knockout TKO. 11-0. He seems to be a hot prospect, right? Jonta Diaz, Deniz. He does have a loss to Marcin Tybura, which isn't very good, right? But he was 3-1 in the UFC before his Mario Pinto fight. Pinto improves to 10-0. 2-0 in the UFC now. They both have common wins over Austin Lane. So let's see what Pinto's got. But don't get too hyped on him yet. You know, he could be good. He could not be. Let's just see. Let's just see. As we've been seeing, you know, Montel Jackson, Mr. 6-fight win streak, couldn't do shit against 37-year-old former champion Davison Figueiredo, who is a former actually 125-pounder, right? Former flyweight. Like, come on, man. So these guys, you know, these wins, they're just wins, right? They're just wins. Even though Jonta Deniz, at the time in his career, they're decent wins, they're just wins. That's not to hate on Pinto. That's just to say it's too premature to say he's a world beater. And my example will be Montel Jackson had a 6-fight win streak. Cano, Flea, Ricardo, Ramos. To be honest, I didn't watch that, and I didn't watch Michael Oswald versus Lucas Almeida. So that's pretty much my card breakdown. But let's go. Vitor Petrino knocks out Thomas Peterson. He says he's going to be a UFC champion. Interesting. Right? Very interesting. Jafel Filho had a nice finish in the first round. Had a nice message. He's a pastor. So shout out God. He said everybody, you know, get on that God tip, essentially, for a better life and shit like that. So regardless of if you're a believer in God or not, this guy just wants to have a nice, peaceful world, which I think was a good message in his post-fight interview. So shout out Jafel Filho. Shout out Vitor Petrino. And this dude, Luan Lacerda, who had the broken hand. We can't finish this without giving him his flowers. Luan Lacerda with the broken hand ended up getting a submission armbar round 2. Crazy work. Crazy work. Simon Oliveira loses to a guy with a broken hand. So, congrats to Luan Lacerda. Tons of heart, bro. Shout out to you. There's a priest in the UFC, or a pastor. Pastor. That's this guy, Jafel Filho. He's a pastor. What should be next for a guy like Mateusz Gamrot? That's an interesting question. What should be next for a guy like Mateusz Gamrot? As you see, Patty's title contention, Dan Hooker versus Armand Book. Gaethje only wants to fight for the title. He just lost to Charles. Charles just called out Max. Armand booked. Islam moved up. So Gamrot at the very least has to fight down. I guess he could rematch Beneil Dariush since he lost a unanimous decision to him. Other than Dariush, he's going to have to fight lower than that. Maybe he could fight Fiziev now. He was Fiziev's replacement. Now he got to run it with Fiziev. Gamrot versus Moicano. Gamrot versus Chandler, but Chandler's fighting, what, McGregor? Gamrot versus Saint Denis. I like that. So, you know, there's some options. Montel Jackson, right? Montel Jackson. Oh, what do we do with this guy? Montel Jackson, number 15 ranked. Getting a massive opportunity. Number 6 ranked Davison Figueiredo. You're probably fighting at the bottom of the rankings, like a Rob Font, like a Kyler Phillips, or you're fighting out of the rankings. But I don't see you going even higher than Rob Font or Kyler Phillips. You don't get a Vinicius. You don't get a David Martinez. You don't get any of these guys. You get a Rob Font or a Kyler Phillips. Davis and Figueiredo, I'm not even going to match make him because it doesn't even mean anything. Welterweight. So from one gatekeeper to another, maybe Joel Alvarez just got past Vicente. He can either run it with Kevin Holland or Wonder Boy, because Joel Alvarez is that great striker, right? I'd like to see Joel Alvarez versus Kevin Holland or Wonder Boy to keep it a buck. Joel Alvarez versus I was going to say Bonfim, but he's fighting Randy Brown. Joel versus D-Rod would be decent too. Might be a little bit too soon though. Like, get past a Kevin Holland first or a Wonder Boy. That's my thing. Get past Kevin Holland or Wonder Boy. Jeff Neal would be an easy, like a ideal, favorable matchup for Joel Alvarez. Not easy, but favorable. That's all. I'm not going to matchmake Pinto yet. That boy Mario Pinto going to be a problem soon. He could be. He could definitely be a problem. For sure, Aries. Remains to be seen, though. Till he fights someone really good. That's why even Tom Aspinall, you know, until he beats Cyril Gahn. Nah, Tom Aspinall is really good. I'm not even going to do that to him. That's just retarded. Gamrot versus loser of Armon versus Hooker. Nah. 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 Sorry, Scott. I just can't with that one. Gamrot beat Armon back in the day. Yeah, he did. He did. Gamrot versus John Pork. Hilarious. Wonder Boy. Yeah, bro. Wonder Boy versus Joel Alvarez or Kevin Holland versus Joel Alvarez. Those are two banger fucking fights. Like, bangers. Vitor Petrino? Should Vitor Petrino get a shot at the heavyweight ranking since he thinks he'll be a champion? Give him Walter Walker. Shit, I don't know. Or slow roll him. When I start getting 10K viewers per stream, don't forget us. I will not forget you, boys. Believe me. Believe me. I was thinking about this the other day. All the names that I remember, I feel like I'm actually pretty good with names. I will never forget all the day one homies. That's 100. That's 100. We're going to do some more shit too. Maybe I'll do some like members only shit so it can be more exclusive too in the future. We'll figure it out though, boys. Definitely not forgetting you boys though. Alright, oh, let's just see if the press conference is up. But let me switch to my tab where there's not like what's the word? No ads. Yeah, 100%. I remember everybody. I remember everybody. You've been here if you've been here twice, I remember you for sure. But Bane been in here like a fucking... He's in here often. So is Hawk. All the boys in here often. Aries. Scott. Andrew. Prime. I'm just reeling them off. Okay. Let me pull up the press conference, see if anything's cracking. But this shit's going to be in fucking Portuguese. It's going to be a waste of time. But I'm just going to pull it up anyway so that you guys know that it's a waste of time. I live in NorCal or SoCal? I live in SoCal. SoCal. SoCal more fire than NorCal for sure, I'd say. NorCal's chill too though, but SoCal is just, you know, it's popping out here. NorCal is more woodsy, shit like that. This is like city suburb life out here. YouTube. Okay, press conference is live, but you already know the shit's in Portuguese. Oh, they're translating it. Hold up. My stream better than Kenny's? Shit, I don't know Kenny, but I already know my stream's better than Kenny's. Hawkins SoCal too? Yeah, 100%. Bro, after high school, my homie moved to NorCal. He could not fucking last, bro. He hated that shit. NorCal, it seems like you gotta drive like an hour to like get to shit, and then like it's all like fishing and like woods. It's not bad, you know, but like I'd rather drive to NorCal and live in SoCal versus the opposite, if that makes sense. Like I'll go deal with the woods and shit like that when I want to for like a fucking week. But over here, SoCal, you got the beaches and shit. Good weather, no snow and shit. I'm talking and I'm not pulling up the window. I'm going to pull up the window now. This press conference is tripping, dude.
He's been saying that he wants to fight me. He knows I'm a guy that will put him in danger. I can't submit him. I can't take him down. But I have to train a lot because he's a guy that's totally different. He's very good, and that's why he's...
Alright, I'm going to just listen to this.
Almost everyone, all the best.
Let me read some chats. I'm in Alabama, but I wish I was in Cali, period. Alabama's chill, though, no? There's some things to like about Alabama, Aries. I'm in Phoenix. It's kind of boring out here if you don't like to drink and club. Yeah. I don't really like to drink and club, to be honest with you. I like to go, like, fucking to the beach and shit like that. Or, like, go on, like, a hike or something. With, like, a nice overlook. That's my thing. Aries, how are the ladies in Alabama? Tell me how the ladies are in Alabama. You already know how it is out here in SoCal. Southern women? Is Alabama in the South? Southern women? I feel like you guys would rather listen to me at this point than Davison. Pops from New Jersey. I've been there. More shit to do than Alabama. I got you. So Alabama really don't got shit going on then. Alabama sounds a little bit like NorCal then. There's probably like what? Camping and fishing and hunting in Alabama? I'm just guessing. Drinking, bad habit for sure. Terrible habit. Terrible habit. It's low-key kind of fun. You know. It's got its time and its place. But it's not a good habit. In fact, it shouldn't never be a habit. How are the cousins, you mean? Shit, I don't know anything about Alabama, bro. I don't know anything about Alabama. Bane is fucking disrespectful, bro. The only thing I think about Alabama is like the college football. Oh shit. Girls here are gorgeous. Can't complain about that. Let's go. Let's go, Aries. That's all you need. That's all you need. I could never live in a place. That's why NorCal sucks, dude. NorCal sucks. You could never find a baddie in NorCal. All my NorCal people are going to tell me, like, fuck you for saying it sucks. But I'm just saying, like, You gotta live where it's popping with the women, right? Out here, it's 115, 120 in the summer. LOL, I just stay in the gym. That's Arizona. Oof, brutal. Out here in the summer, it hits like 105 tops. But California is like Arizona too, where it's not, what's the word? It's not humid, so it's kind of chill. Like it can be 105, and like you're probably gonna sweat a little bit, but like you're not gonna sweat that crazy. In Hawaii, bro, it'll be like 91, 92, and it's like I'm sweating, like dripping, walking up the stairs from the beach. Or like I get, when you get in your car and it's been sitting in the sun. In Hawaii, you get in your car, it's so humid that you just start fucking dripping sweat. But here, like I get in the hot car, it's chilling. It's just like a hot car. Hawaii low-key like a sauna, dude. I'm joking. I love my bros from Alabama. It's all good, Bane. We just playing. We just playing. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. That's what's chill is like California, I live actually pretty close to the Honda Center. So if the UFC comes to Anaheim, think about me, boys. Think about me. That's my hometown. Basically my hometown. I live like 20 minutes from Anaheim, which makes me like an hour from LA, then like an hour from San Diego. So I'm super central. Like I could hit them all. I could San Diego events, Anaheim events, or LA events. One thing about Deep South guys, when we go out of town, the women love our accent. Oh shit. Conversation starter, Aries. Bro, you could easily, hit up the bars out here, Aries, and have some success for sure. If this is my recommendation, Aries, I'm gonna give you free game, okay? Aries, I'm gonna give you free game if you ever come down to SoCal. Come down to SoCal. Write this shit down, bro. You better write this shit down. I'm not giving you bullshit game right now. I'm giving you the game. And I don't even know what race you are. But I know that women here, you are somewhat right. White chicks. White chicks love guys from the South. I don't know if you like the snow bunnies. But I know white chicks love the guys from the South. Come to South Orange County. South Orange County. Not just Orange County. Alright, because Orange County is like... there's two parts of Orange County. There's like a slightly Mexican part of Orange County and like a white part of Orange County. Come to South Orange County. That's the white part. That's where all the white chicks are. That's where all the white chicks are. All right, they're gonna love your Southern accent. All right, Aries, you're black. Perfect. Rampage Jackson is black. Hey, it's perfect. Rampage Jackson is black, and he's out here. You see what Rampage is doing. All right. Now, don't be getting with you get what the chicks Rampage is getting if that's your type. But you could do better. You could do better. Yeah, they'll love you. Come out to South OC. They'll love you. And there's like I'm sure you'll everybody got a type, right? So like it'll just be easy ass game. Like you'll just be their type. White chick like Southern black man. So Aries, you definitely be fucking with the snow bunnies then. South OC, homie. South OC. With that being said, I have a girlfriend. Oh shit. All good, Aries. We're just chopping it up. Do I watch any sports besides MMA? If you watch football, what's your team? I fuck with the Saints. I used to watch more sports, but I'm just like super tapped in on UFC now. Like I went to the grocery store and my homie from high school was like the cashier and he was telling me I don't know what, LeBron lost or no. Philadelphia had a bad weekend. Philadelphia Eagles lost. And then the Phillies got eliminated from the playoffs. But when he mentioned the Phillies after mentioning the Eagles, I thought that he just like mixed up sports for a second. I thought he mixed it, like he forgot he was talking about football and accidentally said the Phillies. And I was like, oh, so like the Eagles got, like, they lost or something? He's like, no, the Phillies got knocked out of the playoffs. So, like, I don't know shit. I, like, know the teams and I know the players and shit, but I don't know what's happening right now. Like, I don't even know the Saints' record. What's the Saints' record? Shout out my boy Aries. Shout out Aries. Yeah, we're just waiting on shit on this press conference. My favorite team's the Yankees, though, I'll say. Watch football and MMA. Bro, what's crazy about football is, like, I haven't watched it in a long time, right? Like, this will speak to it. I haven't really been watching it probably for, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years or some shit. Maybe like 3 or 4 years. 1 and 4, fucking A, dude. They're always just shit. I haven't really been watching the Saints since like Drew Brees, Jimmy Graham, Mark Ingram days. I was just gonna say something though. Oh, like bro, I don't know. I don't even watch football. And then Joe Flacco's back in there. Like, I haven't watched football in like half a decade, and Joe Flacco's still a starting quarterback. It's kind of weird to go back, and he's like starting, or he's at least above Shador. Like crazy, because in the UFC, Shador would be getting matched up against Flacco like soon to knock his ass out, right? Because he's old as fuck. You got like Aaron Rodgers still running shit in there. Then you got, what's his name? Bill Belichick coaching college football now. Like football, these heads just like go all over the place. But like they're the same faces I've seen like 10 years ago. Cedric is not that far from where I am. That's why I root for him. Hey, okay, Aries. So this is actually, I'm not good at geography, but that makes sense because when I did my first interview with SD, I was like doing some research on his Instagram, just trying to like find out who he is. And then he used to tag Mobile, Alabama. And then I like looked at the tags in Mobile, Alabama. Bro, all YNs out there. All YNs in Mobile, Alabama. But I thought that's where SD was from, like the straight hood of Alabama. I think I asked him that. If you watch our first interview, I asked him, I'm like, I see a lot of pictures from like Mobile. Like, you from Mobile? But I guess what, Pensacola then is close to Mobile, Alabama? Am I getting this right? Like Pensacola, Florida, close to Alabama? Bro, if you're close to Florida, there's probably lots of baddies out there in Florida. But you know what they say. You know, you can't be finding your wife out there in Florida. Shout out Elliot Topuria. After getting into MMA, if you watch football again, you'll realize how often they get knocked out. Oh, shit. Okay. Good insight. Hey, No Cap, one of my favorite rappers, Aries. I love No Cap. No Cap good. Super underrated. I'm about to pull up some of my favorite No Cap songs. Oh, he's got a new single that dropped in August. Planet Out. I haven't heard of it. I didn't know No Cap is from Pensacola. I got the classics. I got like Point Guard. Point Guard, real classic now. Hey Aries, you know if I'm saying Point Guard, come on now. Brag Different Flies. Oh yeah, he did that album. He dropped last year, Before I Disappear Again. Got like Champagne, Sack Vision, Invoice, Yacht Party, Cat Piss, Celine, Judge the Jury, Baby Drake, Malibu, Peepholes, Diamond Blick, Die For Me. Oh, he No Cap from Mobile. Ah! Well, hey, I just put you guys on a bunch of No Cap songs then. You guys should listen to No Cap if you like rap. Let's see what else is here. Wait, what the hell? Aries, you definitely said the rapper. No Cap from the rapper. Anyway. This press conference is lagging. We can go on X. I'm just chopping it up with the boys now. Yeah, No Cap from Mobile. Okay. No Cap a fire rapper. That's all I gotta say. Damn, Charles is just taking over the timeline. Yeah, Charles versus Max. Damn, Charles fought 3 times since he fought Arman. Arman annoying, dude. These Russian fighters who don't like play by the rules and actually like, I'm not gonna say they're so smart to where they're like gaming the system and they're like, oh, American fighters are more broke than us, so let's just take advantage of that. But that is how it's played out. American fighters just, on average, have less money than these foreign Russian fighters. And these foreign Russian fighters, Arman, you know what I mean? Umar, even like Islam at times. There's one more. Can anyone name him? Oh, I can't forget this motherfucker. What's his name? What's his fucking name? I'm about to forget it again. Movsar Evloev. Like, these fucking guys, man. Oh, can't forget this one. Shavkat Rakhmonov. Please, dude. Please. These guys don't ever fucking fight. They never fucking fight. Charles fought 3 times since Arman. And Arman's supposed to be still deserving a title shot off that win over Charles. Get the fuck out of my face. Now. He's out of my face. Hooker called Arman out for being spoiled and sitting out because he is, dude. He is. And that's why Arman didn't fight, you know, Islam. Because Arman was like, I don't need the money. I just want to fight for the belt. And if I'm not fighting for the belt, then there's no point in me fighting because financially I'm set. It's fucking bullshit, dude. It's fucking bullshit. What Arman did is a disgusting act. Don't ever let the goalpost be moved. Don't ever forget it. Don't ever be fooled by his little eating videos he does. Corny ass shit. This dude's rich, right? This dude's rich as fuck. He can barely make a fucking headline. I'm gonna make a video like exposing Arman. His watches aren't his. He doesn't buy shit with his own money. His cars aren't his. They're his friends. He just exploits it. Like it's gay. Hooker said he fights to feed his family and Arman fights for fun. See what I'm saying, Scott? Arman just fight. Yeah, it's different. And that's what all the Russian fighters essentially do. You know, barely any of these Russian fighters fight to feed their family because once they fight with the UFC logo, they become like instant fucking moguls for some odd reason. I don't get it. I'm not, you know what I mean? I don't get it, but these guys are annoying. Islam needs to fight more. He's too good to be on that inactive BS. Islam too. I'm confused what happened to Arman. Oh, just this last one right here. Charles has fought 3 times since facing Arman Tsarukyan. Arman hasn't fought anyone. He's just now going to get his first fight booked. So I'm just saying, you know, these Russian fighters, they're not the same. Like they sit out way too much because they're already financially well off. And like, you know, it doesn't look good because there's other fighters who are more willing to step up and take opportunities, right? Because they're not as well off and they got to risk it. They got to gamble. And so, you know, now Arman's not even in the conversation anymore. How can he be in the conversation for a title shot? off of a win over Charles 2 years ago or a year and a half ago. Same with Shavkat. Almost a year ago. You're not even in the conversation, and your win isn't even a calendar year ago. You're already out of the conversation. These wins have expiration dates. These wins have expiration dates. Your win over Charles Oliveira, my friend, has expired. Has expired. Gone. 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 Straight fucking facts. Let's go, Sev. Let's go. My man. Everybody welcome Sev into the chat right now. Let's go, Sev. Sev, you found your new home right here. And it's in the midst of 30 days straight of live streams. And this is day number 5. I think. Wait. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, day 5. Day 5. Trying to protect that padded record. Yeah, because see, they have to. A lot of these other fighters, they can't even protect their padded record because they got a family to feed, bro. Like, straight up. And they don't have a bunch of people coming behind them just throwing money at them. Like, how did Ilya make all of his money? How did Khabib make all of his money? It's not all from the UFC. Like, the way Conor made his money and became rich, you know, that's way different than how... I know, like, come on. Don't make me explain all of it, but the way Conor made his money and became rich in the UFC is not apples to apples on how Khabib became rich and made all of his money in the UFC. Like, Khabib, when he won the title and shit like that, I'm pretty sure he went back to Russia and they just gave him $1 million, like, on the table. Like, Ireland didn't just give Conor $1 million on the table. I'm pretty sure Movsar has come back to his region and they just dropped money on the table for him. For being a representation of the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Country. But here in the US, you don't get shit for representing our country. Good for you. It's more so like... you might get recognized and they might have a parade for you in your hometown. Like Max Holloway in YNI. You know what I'm saying? Funkmaster in Long Island. But you don't get that American, you know? Sean Strickland didn't get $1 million on his table when he won the title, right? As an American champion. Let's go, Sev. You're a good talker, not gonna lie. I'm subscribing. Let's go, brother. Let's go. Thank you. I appreciate it. Conor cashed out in the Mayweather fight and started up Proper 12 and opened his pub in Ireland. You see, that's real business. That's real, that's real shit. He really made his money. No story of that exists for Khabib. No story of that exists for Movsar. No story of that exists for Arman. Okay, Shavkat. The list goes on, bro. We get it. You're treated like a king when you go back to Kazakhstan. But you ain't a king here in this American promotion. You better start playing fucking ball here. This is an American-based promotion. Yeah, he's got like 100 million. Probably like sub 50 business sense. Like, seriously. Who's winning, Khabib or Makhachev? Bro, I think Khabib is Islam's daddy. I think Khabib's Islam's daddy for sure in the training room. Khabib maybe still could beat Islam. And if Islam can beat Khabib, it's only been over the last, like, year or two. All right, keep the questions coming if you guys got some. I'm hungry. Somebody DoorDash me something. Bro, somebody DoorDash me something, bro. I've been downing this coconut water because I'm hungry as fuck right now. I can't even drink water because I'm too hungry. If I drank water right now, I'd be getting, like, dehydrated. I'll make some orange chicken, though. I bought from Trader Joe's after this.
The importance of the Brazilian market,
a torcida
for
é algo
sure.
gigante.
The
O Brasil
crowd, the
merece
fans
isso. O UFC
are
tem que trazer
huge.
um UFC numerado pro Brasil, num lugar
Brazil
melhor,
and the
num
UFC
estádio fechado.
deserves
Você
it.
já sabe quem é o
We
nome da
need
luta
to
principal.
have
Essa luta tem que ser
numbered
minha.
event in
Eu sou o
Brazil
cara
in
que
a
vendo no
stadium,
Brasil.
and you guys
Você
already
quer fazer uma
know
luta no evento
who's going to be
numerado,
the main event.
num card top,
I'm going to be
num
I'm going to be
estádio
the
de
guy that
futebol
sells.
fechado, você sabe quem é a luta
You
principal.
know that
A
if
luta
we
principal
do
Charles Oliveira, Charles
a
Ugrão.
fight in a
O Brasil
stadium,
merece isso. O
the
nosso
main
povo
event needs to
merece
be
isso.
Charles the
E fala
Bones.
só
We deserve it.
da pergunta em relação ao que você sentiu durante a
And
tua
what did
saída
you
pra
feel
luta.
Cara,
during the
com
walkout?
certeza. Eu falei muito com a minha mulher sobre, tipo, não se emocionar. Sabe?
Best thing to
Tentar
tell
manter-
someone who's new to watching
I talked a
UFC,
lot
Seb,
about
I already
getting
got that
emotional.
answer
Eu sou
on
um cara
lock,
muito
bro. I got that
emotivo,
Getting
answer on
emotional is
lock.
not something
You
that
show a Max Holloway
I'm
fight.
an emotional guy. I
Simple.
cried in the locker room.
Simple. And that's no bias either. That's no fucking bias. Like,
quase chorei quando meu pai me
ask
abraçou
anybody.
ali,
I
então,
If
almost
you want
cried
somebody
again
to be a
when
fan
my
of the
father
mas eu
UFC,
queria manter centrado, sabe? Eu
show
queria,
Max
wanted to
Holloway
keep it
fight.
eu queria
myself
eu queria
centered.
não, eu quero estar pronto, sabe?
If you want
wanna be
to, if
prepared,
someone's
you know?
wondering
Nada
what's
vai
UFC,
acontecer, sabe?
right?
Nothing's gonna happen.
Like, what is
Eu
it?
tentei
You
colocar
show
isso
a
na
Max
minha mente,
Holloway
porque eu
fight.
sabia que ia ser algo muito louco, porque
And I've been
eu tava
saying
crescendo, eu
that
tava escutando
because
for
I
like
was
probably a
warming up
decade.
in here.
I've been saying that for a
eu tava
decade.
eu tava vendo ele sendo vaiado,
I was
então, tipo,
watching people being booed. So
você tem que estar com a cabeça no lugar, assim,
You have to
100%
have your-
pronto para as coisas acontecerem.
I think Makhachev has a better stand-up and would beat Khabib. Yeah, you know, Khabib's getting older. Islam does have the better stand-up for sure, like, as far as a more well-versed tool set. But we never got to see, like, how easily Khabib takes down Islam. Imagine if we got a video of that. Way too late, but Gene pissed me off. He was destroying Diego. He was destroying Diego. He actually was doing really good against Diego. Like, straight up, he was doing really good against Diego, and I don't know why he crashed out. I actually don't know why he crashed out. Maybe because he felt like he gassed or something like that. And he's like, fuck, I'm not going to be able to keep this up. But then Gene pissed me off even more when he called out Max Holloway. I get it was respectful, but it's like, keep dreaming, buddy. I actually wasn't that pissed. Hawk, Prime Connor. Bro, that was my favorite fighter. That was like my everything. That was like my everything growing up. And then Connor fought Nate. And I started not to be as much of a fan as Connor, because when Connor lined up against a real fighter like Nate really started exposing him on some of that propaganda I fell for, because I was only like 17, 18 when Connor was coming up. So I started to fall off Connor's bandwagon like the second Nate beat him. Pretty much like mid-fight, I was like, oh shit, like I'm with Nate now. And then when Connor lost to Floyd, I was like, see, Floyd's like a real, he's got it. You know, Floyd's got it in the fight game where it, like, Connor had both. Connor had it, but he was made. You know, he had it, but he was made. Guys like Nate, guys like Floyd, it's like they got both. They have it, and they weren't made. Like, they took the tough road. So I used to love Connor. But then when he fought Floyd and Nate, I fell off a little bit. Connor just doing it for entertainment. Bro, Connor's never fucking coming back. Connor versus Nate 2 is a classic. Scott, I say Nate won the second one, bro. I say Nate won the second one. That fight came down to the 5th round. Connor ended it on his fucking back. I think Nate won that one. Nate picked up Connor at the end of the fight. They robbed Nate in that one. Dana made him into a bad person. It was a lot of propaganda. Like, they even made, you know, like Connor with the whole, he was broke and shit like that. This is my thing, right? This is why I kind of started to fall off of Connor, because they sold it like Connor was this broke guy who was on unemployment. And then it turned out like Connor was on unemployment because he quit his plumbing trade to pursue MMA. You know, like Nate Diaz and Floyd Mayweather were really broke. They really come from nothing. They really come from the hood. They really come from the ghetto. You know? And so I didn't like it how like Dana almost tried, because people like that, right? When you have this story of like from nothing to something. And Dana tried to like manufacture this nothing to something story of Connor. And then it didn't add up, especially when he went up against guys like Floyd and Nate. You know, even when like remember that classic line where Nate's like what is this, the fucking Money Channel? Because Nate's hood, bro. He's from the hood, and that's why we love the sport, like because it's street. And I think Dana tried to give Conor that background, right? And it wasn't Conor. Conor's like an Armand type thing. Not exactly, but Conor comes from a wealthy family. He didn't struggle really. He would always hype it up, yeah. It worked for a long time, but then it didn't. You know, it's the Sean O'Malley effect too. Like, you can get him to a certain point, but once you can't save him anymore, it's done with. And like, that's the cool thing about Nate and Floyd is like, yeah, they didn't ever need saving, bro. Sure, Nate took his L's, right? But he never needed saving, and he still beat Conor. Besides Wonder Boy, Prime Conor was truly the greatest striker we've ever seen. Genuinely believe on the feet he would have 100% knocked out Ilya. At that point in time, he really was. At that point in time, he really was. He almost ruined his career by going over to boxing, although he made all that money, so it's okay. But that boxing fight really kind of like really derailed his career. And him and Nate were just the two best fucking competitors, like the two best rivals you could ever ask for in MMA. Imagine if they ran that trilogy. That whole thing would have been history, bro. History. That could have been the biggest fight in MMA history. Nate versus Conor 3. Even probably above a Khabib. Nate and Nick are both legends. Sucks how Nick went out, but doesn't change their legacy. Yeah, it doesn't change it. Definitely sucks, though. People forget, man. No, I'm playing. But yeah, Conor did knock out Aldo in 14 seconds. And Aldo, you know, Aldo never even sniffed defeat, you know. I guess Chad Mendes gave him a run for his money. But he always dominated Chad Mendes, you know, even in the rematch and shit. So Conor's win over Aldo, super certified. Conor's win over Eddie Alvarez, super certified. You know? Nate Diaz was always tough for Conor. Imagine if Conor ran it with like Rafael dos Anjos and shit. I think Conor could have made the UFC bigger than he did if he didn't go fight Floyd. You know? Because Conor could have been the Floyd of the UFC for a while. Just like how Floyd carried boxing for a while, you know? Conor could have been like that for at least another 2 years. But that Floyd fight derailed him, bro. Derailed him. Alright, that might be the stream, boys. That might be the stream for the evening. But shout out to all you boys. I stuck around for like another hour or so, just chopping it up. This was fire though. We can do more of this after fucking events. I didn't know you guys liked the whole Q&A type thing or whatever, like writing in the chat and shit like that. But that was fire. Especially on days where there's not going to be too many topics. I'm going to need you boys in here. You'll know the days. You'll know the days. If there's no big headline, make sure to join the fucking chat. But, all right, boys. That's the stream. We'll be back tomorrow. Sunday stream. Pray for news. Pray for news. But if not, it's all good. I got all you guys in here anyway. So we could discuss. Coming up, what is it? DeRitter versus who again? Allen? So we got DeRitter versus Allen fight week starting tomorrow. I mean, it's basically fight week right now. So that's what to look forward to this week. Peace out, Sev. Thanks for subscribing. Later, Scott. Later, Aries. Later, all the boys. Later, Hawk. Later, Prime, if you're still in here. Bane. All the boys.